welcome to Spotlight. I'm your show host, Barbara Ragland, and today we have good news because Rick Liegl is here and he's going to tell us all about the things that are happening in the senior center and the increase in the membership and all the things that are going to happen this summer. So welcome to Spotlight, Rick.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
I understand your membership has increased since the renovations?
Yes.
Really?
We wrapped up the renovations in the early fall, and at this point, we now have 822 individual members.
Beautiful.
Yep. And it's a free membership. We encourage all the seniors who come and visit us and take a program with us, we encourage them to fill out the slip, and that helps us to track the numbers.
I see.
And at this point, we're at 822, and I think it continues to climb every week. Every week it's going up.
Now, when your membership increases, do you add more programs or do you get involved in the programs that are already established?
We are always open to adding more programs. The most recent program that we added is a crochet class.
Oh, great.
So, you know, some people didn't think it might not fill, that it might be something that the seniors, either they're doing crochet or they've done it in the past, but they might not be interested in it. But by offering the class, it's sold out. It's full.
Wow.
And the people are enjoying it. They're practicing throughout the senior center spaces there. They meet in the arts and crafts room, and it's going very well.
Yeah, my mother was a crocheter and a knitter.
Yeah.
So
Yep. And all those activities keep the mind working, and they keep the dexterity going with the hands. So it's a very good activity. Very good activity.
It is. An Italian lady that lived across the street from us on Clark Street taught my mother how to make those. I don't know if you remember those ruffle doilies. You put a lamp in between them. So they could, do have a craft show. Do you have craft shows?
We do not have a craft show currently.
Great, they could sell their items.
That's definitely a thought.
Yeah.
Definitely a thought.
Yeah. So what else is going on?
I brought a couple programs to talk about today. I figure we might as well highlight some things going on in the summer. And one of the most popular programs we have is Zumba. And the specific program is Zumba Gold. And I know you attend the Zumba Gold. How do you like it?
I love it.
You love it.
Yeah.
All right. And Dee is our instructor. Yeah. She's a wonderful instructor. The summer session begins on June 12th. So we want to let people know about that's fast approaching.
Yes, and she was saying that, people can come in any time,
Yes. Yep.
And everyone in it a lot of the people have been in it for quite some time.
Right.
And they really enjoy it. And it's just long enough,
Right.
There's enough exercise, and she's great.
She's a wonderful, wonderful person, wonderful instructor.
Yeah. She has also an exercise program, doesn't she?
Yes, she has several. We offer a sit-down exercise program for folks who have a hard time maybe with some of the balance issues.
Okay.
We have a stand-up exercise program for those who really want to get a workout.
Okay.
And that's a little more rigorous. We have the Senior Fitness Center, which we have roughly 100 members in the Senior Fitness Center alone. And that's always very popular. The Fitness Center is located in the back of the building there. And it's a place where we have all the free weights, the universal machines, the treadmills, the recumbent bike, and a large television. So while people are working out, they're watching the news, and it's a hit. People really enjoy coming to our gym.
That's great. Yeah. So you have someone in there at all times instructing
Dee meets with every new member for an hour, gives them an hour orientation. They can answer any questions on the bikes, machines, talk about any physical issues the person might have before they start their training. And then from there, the people do their own workout. We do offer private training through Dee. That is a special program that she offers, and that's also been popular. But Dee is back there 4 days a week, so she can answer questions, but there's no one monitoring them while they're working out. They're, at their own pace.
Okay. Once they get a routine.
Right.
They can do that. I think one of my doctors told me that one of the best ways to lose weight is through Zumba.
Through Zumba, sure.
And I believe that.
Yep. So Zumba is, it's dancing, essentially, to international music and nice rhythms, nice beats that get the people moving. We are also offering an introduction to Tai Chi. Tai Chi is almost on the opposite end of Zumba. It's very slow, very methodical, and you still get a lot of health benefits, including increasing the balance, increased flexibility, boost up your strength level. So we start the Tai Chi, beginning Tai Chi, on June 1st. So we wanted to make sure that the seniors in the community know that that's going to be available also.
Friday, right?
Yep, that's a Friday.
Yeah.
It'll be Mondays and Fridays throughout the summer, and it starts June 1st.
Okay, where is that going to take place?
Right here at the Senior Center.
Okay.
Yep, all these programs take place right here, 599 Madianic Avenue.
Okay. What room would that be in?
The room will be probably the ballet room.
Okay.
That's a nice room where it's quiet, and the floor is soft, and they can do all their Tai Chi moves, and it's a nice
you can
room.
turn the air conditioner on if you
Yep,
cannot.
that's right.
That's where we have our Zumba
Yep.
classes.
Yep.
What's the length of that program? Was it an hour for Tai Chi? Or?
Just under an hour. Yep,
Okay.
just under an hour.
Okay.
Just under an hour.
So is this something new?
No, we've offered it at different times. We want to make sure we highlight the summer session and let people know they have an opportunity to work out with us through the Tai Chi, through the Zumba. So those are the two physical programs I brought. And then I brought another program that's a little more social, but it brings out the competitor in all the people out here in Windsor. And this is the annual Senior Tomato Contest. Now this contest started 2 years ago, and we're looking at having even more people involved this year. And it's a very simple contest. People 55 and older who are Windsor residents can grow the heaviest tomato they can. And they're competing for $200 first place prize, $100 second place prize, $50 third place prize, wonderful certificates for everyone who participates, nice trophies for those with the top 3 tomatoes. And we're excited to bring in new sponsors. It's going to be Home Watch caregivers who are going to sponsor this program alongside of the Senior Center and the Chamber of Commerce and First Down Downtown also, because we hold this event at the farmer's market. That's the exciting weigh-in.
Yeah.
That's really the only exciting part, is everyone grows their tomatoes at home separately, but we all come together on August 9th, and we weigh the tomatoes, and we have a fun time out there.
So you bring your largest tomato?
The largest tomato. You have to grow it yourself. You have to promise us that you grew it yourself.
Okay.
Last year, we grew just under 1.5 pounds was a tomato.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, that's a
big
large tomato.
tomato.
Oh, it's a very
Yeah.
large tomato. They don't have to be red. They can be green. And if you have any
Okay.
questions out there in the community about it and you're interested in signing up, just call us at the Senior Center or stop by. We have a registration slip for people that want to be a part of the event.
Do you have a time I'm not a gardener or anything, but tomatoes, is there a certain time that you can grow them, or?
A lot of them start this week, actually. Anytime
Okay.
after Mother's Day, people start planting their tomatoes. And the weather's fine. This weekend, a lot of folks will be planting. So you don't necessarily need to register right now, but as you get further into June, we like the folks to register in June, July. So certain people pick out 2 or 3 they think are going to do well, and then they register, and then they watch those 3 get bigger, and then they bring them down to the farmer's market.
Are there different kinds of tomatoes, or?
All different types. And the people
Wow.
who win, they keep it a secret. They don't tell us what type they have.
Okay.
So there's big boy and beefsteak, and there's even
Beefsteak is good.
all different types. You know, nowadays with the internet, you don't have to only have the variety that's close by. You can order something off the internet.
Yeah, you can.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. So you're gonna have judges, and but it's easy because you just
It's
have to
easy,
weigh it.
right? We don't do it on the
Weigh it.
color or the looks of the tomato, just simply the weight. So it keeps the judging to a minimal. Yep.
And it's nice that you're gonna have prizes.
Oh yeah, the community in Windsor is so amazing. The businesses that work with us in the Senior Center, they help us to provide so many great programs for the seniors. They give a great quality to the programs that we're able to offer. In Home Watch, they're so excited about it. They are so excited about being a part of this tomato contest.
How many participants do you usually have?
Anywhere around 20, somewhere around
That's
20. I'm
good.
hoping, it depends on the tomato growing season too. It seems cyclical in Connecticut. Some seasons are good, and it takes 3 or 4 or 5 years for it to get back up again. So we'll see how this year turns out. We could handle up to 50, 60, as many people want to enter. We welcome them to come on in.
Do all tomatoes You have to grow them out in your yard, or they have these big pots you can put them
You can do them any way you want.
in the house,
Yep,
in the
any way
sunny
you want.
room,
Yep.
or that is really, really good.
Yep.
More men or women? Which one?
You know, I figured it was going to be, you know, before you run a program, you have these expectations or you have these guesses how it's going to go. Like with the crochet, people said, oh, that's not going to go anywhere. It's sold out.
Yeah.
The tomato contest, we say, you know, this is really going to bring the men. This is going to get the men in the neighborhood, you know, in the community out and get them involved in the senior center. And I'll tell you what, it's got to be more than, it's probably 50-50, men and women,
Isn't
I would
that
say.
something?
So there you go.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
What else do you have?
The other big event we have every year, which we invite all the seniors in the town of Windsor to join us for, is the senior picnic. And that takes place in Northwest Park. It's a big cookout. It's a very fun event. We do the bingo. This one's going to be held on Friday, July 6th. If you'd like to sign up for that program, there's a cost. It's $6 for members of the senior center. And we encourage people to come out and support that. It's a lot of fun. Hot dogs, kielbasa, hamburgers, Windsor Rehab, they even supply ice cream. For years, we really couldn't truck up the ice cream because we're out there cooking all day, and who's going to store the ice cream? So they offered to bring it straight from their freezers right up to the park after the lunch.
Great. Yeah.
So their support is wonderful. And for them to be a part of this day is also fun. So after all the cookout, everyone gets to make their own sundae. So it's great.
They do you have different games, different activities? And what's
Yeah,
the
we have an entertainer.
time
Yep.
frame of
We
it?
have an entertainer. It really runs from 11 to 2:30,
Okay.
but a lot of folks come early and help us set up, which is always nice. We appreciate that. So we get up there around 9:30 and we start setting up. But 11 o'clock, we start serving the lunch around 11:30, and then we just go right into music, and then we go right into bingo.
Okay.
Yep, so it's a
just
lot
bingo.
of fun. Yep. Some people do play a poker game behind the barn, but I don't know how much they're gambling or how much, you know, what the stakes are. So we keep that one quiet. But yeah, the main event is the bingo.
Okay.
But
So
if
are
you-
there prizes for that too?
Yes, there are prizes for that. We do get some prizes, and also it's not a cost bingo. There's no dollar
No.
card like we usually do in the senior center. It's more for fun. So we bring up prizes that we have.
I bet that's a big event.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
A lot
it
of fun.
is.
We've had a lot of great memories up there in Northwest Park holding that event.
I've never been to Northwest Park, I don't think. Maybe I have
Yeah.
to try that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take it,
It's
give it a
not
try.
a long time, you know, from 11 to 2 is good.
Right.
It's good. And you can bring children or anybody you
Yep,
want, right?
yep, that's right.
And it's $6 for each person?
Yep. They usually don't bring their kids. It's usually just a senior
Just
event.
The
Yep.
men.
Yep.
I mean, women and men.
Men and women. Yep. 55 and older. Yeah.
So that sounds like it's really good. And I thought about, you know, but I forgot about the seniors, you know, games and horseshoes and all of that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, but you don't have that.
We can offer it. We do have the horseshoe set, and we even have a bocce set, and we bring it up.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's either too sunny or too hot, and folks are just more comfortable in the barn there. Yep.
Oh, so are you in the barn or where?
Yeah, the barn has it's actually they call it a pavilion. So it does.
I
It's like
know.
a barn roof with no walls. You know, so there's open breeze and it's nice and shady, but you get the breeze coming in. Yeah. So that's a nice event every summer.
That does sound like it's going to be fun. Are you still doing the walk?
We offer the walks. We got rained out on a couple of them so far this spring, but we'll be offering more as we go through the summer. Yep. And you know, there's a walking group that meets in the senior center every morning. They meet and get a cup of coffee, and they walk the inside of the senior center. When it gets warm out, they can walk around the building, or they might walk the soccer fields. So that's how the walking goes typically in the morning.
I noticed that there are youngsters playing basketball in the area.
Yeah.
Is that the same basketball, you know, where the kids used to be for the school down the other end of the building? Have you changed that? They just come in this section of the building, you know, where the seniors are, or are there two areas where they can play basketball?
You know, yeah, we do get questions about that now and then. The basketball court is used by several groups through the recreation department. They'll
Okay.
book it for an hour or 2 hours for
Okay.
basketball. Typically in the later afternoons, that's when it's open basketball for the kids.
Okay.
But in the morning, there's different groups in there
Mhm.
that use the basketball. We typically don't use that room. We typically don't use the basketball court.
Oh, okay, because in the evening, sometimes
Oh,
guys
sure.
come up.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's very busy.
and so there's only one basketball area now since the renovation, right?
There's always been one basketball court.
Okay.
There was never really two.
This is
No.
the one near the ballet room. That one,
Yes,
it's
yep.
always been there.
Always
right?
been there, yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Is
it's
that
always
called
been
the
there.
gym?
They call that the gym, yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's very, very busy room and utilized for basketball quite often.
Yeah.
Volleyball at night, you know, different activities take place in there on the weekends, but it is a very busy room.
Mhm.
A lot of times the seniors ask me, can we close the doors when they're in there? So sometimes I try and close the doors if it's a little too loud. But yeah, it's a very busy room. And our senior center is a very busy place.
It certainly is.
You know, we did the renovations in the summer. People are enjoying the renovations very much. We
That's
also
lovely.
have painted the kitchen, which is a very busy kitchen with the food bank and people making sandwiches for the homeless people
Oh,
in
that's
Hartford often. And then the CRT luncheon folks are there serving lunch every day, 5 days a week for the seniors. So it's an extremely busy room. And through the building department, they were able to repaint the floor and made it a non-slip floor, which really looks very nice. Paint the ceiling, change out the lights to update the lighting. So by making those changes, it's really improved the kitchen quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
It's a very nice
It
area.
really
And
is.
people are still coming in and saying how much they enjoy the senior center. And they haven't been in, say, a few years. So they didn't even know about the change or they didn't hear about it. They haven't visited. When they come in, they're very impressed. Very impressed.
One thing that is nice, my daughter came up for a book signing. She wrote a book, and she came up from Richmond. And so when you come out of Win TV, and then on the right, there's a whole wall that says all the activities and whatever.
Yes.
She just thought that was great.
Oh, she liked that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Look at this. This is it really is nice. I think it's one of the best senior centers around.
That's what a lot of people say. A lot of people, you know, the senior community, they travel to other senior centers for
do.
bingo particularly. And now Nintendo Wii has caught on like that. So our Nintendo Wii team actually travels to Windsor Locks, East Windsor, Enfield, South Windsor, and they compete with other Nintendo Wii teams. So that's a funny event. Some teams actually have cheerleading sections. Just cheerleaders. They don't even play the Nintendo Wii. So it's hilarious. And every team has their own T-shirt. You know, we're the Windsor Strikers, so they wear their T-shirts when they compete.
What color are they?
The maroon. We copy, you know, the typical color for the school. So, you know, it's just an amazing place. And, you know, it's very well organized in the senior center. Like you said, your daughter came in, she could see the map of the calendar, she could see where the information is, the newsletters are nice and neat. It's very accessible for people. So it's very enjoyable. And we really want to invite all the seniors in Windsor who maybe haven't stopped by to come by. Always welcoming people in. And the younger folks who may have just retired or recently retired, a lot of times they'll come in to help with the medical drives or the Meals on Wheels, or even volunteer in the senior center. We're always looking for more volunteers. And then as they come in and start with that program, maybe helping people get to the medical drives or things like that, volunteering, then they say, oh, you're doing a trip to the casino. Let me take that trip. You see? Or, oh, you're going to Richmond, Virginia, or you're going to, let's say, Rhode Island on a trip. Let me take a trip. Then, oh, they do setback here. Let me try the setback. You know, so a lot of times our younger folks start as volunteers, and then before you know it, they're involved in several groups at the senior center.
I think it's really, really great, and you got a lot of innovative programs. Tell me, you have AARP. Is that part of the?
Yes. Yep. AARP.
So what is that about?
AARP.
I know what AARP is because I get enough mail from them.
Right, you get
last
yep.
for a lifetime.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they meet here once a month.
All right.
They have their social events. They bring in guest speakers and try and offer an educational component to the folks in the community. You can read all about that in the newsletter,
Yeah.
and also in the reminder when they have an event that's coming up, they'll post it in there. And also a nice thing the ARP does is they organize volunteers to handle taxes for seniors in the community.
Oh, I know.
And this
Isn't
year,
that nice?
yeah, this year, I think they did about 454 individual people's taxes in Windsor.
Yeah, they did
So
mine.
there you go.
Yeah.
So that is an amazing service for people who have a hard time getting around, maybe on limited income, they don't want to pay someone to do their taxes for them. Through the volunteers that they organize, they're able to do it.
And the guys are so pleasant.
Very
you
nice
know,
guys, very professional,
and very much so.
and just, they enjoy giving their time back to the community
Yeah,
and providing the service, and they do it in a very professional manner, and
definitely.
people really love that service. So.
So what else have you got going on?
That's about it, Barbara. That's
Did
about
you,
it.
no, you probably wouldn't have a community garden or anything like that. You just have a tomato.
Growing contest,
yeah.
yep. And people do that at their houses.
Yeah,
Um,
they do all that.
But I
Windsor's
did
a big
talk
area.
to the garden club, members of the Windsor Garden Club, who
Yeah.
meet in our senior center.
Mm-hmm.
Since we moved our office structure into the room next to the senior center, it opened up the glass that's leading to the hallway.
Okay.
So in there is a little courtyard. It's about 10 feet by about 40 feet. And it's full of, small brush and small bushes. And in speaking with the garden club, we're going to see if we can organize and meet and see if we can improve that with maybe a couple small trees or some flowers, because now it offers an architectural addition to the space, having that glass like that. So we have to see what the best way is to enhance it,
I know last year, I guess it was during vacation and during the summer, there were a lot of youngsters out, where the red overhang is, where you go into
Yep,
Win TV,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
really made that yard look really nice.
They did.
Really.
They did.
Did a
Through
beautiful
recreation.
job.
Through recreation, there's a group of kids that work with a lady named Mary, and she really works with them so well, and they beautified the whole front.
Wasn't it
They
beautiful?
did.
They did an excellent job. Do you have more activities in the summer or the winter, or the same amount?
All 4 seasons.
Okay.
All 4 seasons. Some clubs will take the summer off, particularly July and August, just because the heat is so much. A lot of the snowbirds might, they're actually gone in the winter.
Yeah.
So it all balances out throughout the year. And we always, it's early. It's very early in the year, but I will say it. The senior center is always a cooling station on a hot day, on an extremely hot day, especially if there's power outages or anything like that, and people's air conditioners may be broken. You're always welcome to come to the senior center to cool off as a senior in the community. Different notices will go out about that in June, but I just want to let people always know that they're welcome to come to the senior center for issues like that.
I think you should be commended in Windsor, because when we had that problem, who was that, Irene or whatever?
The
that
storm, yeah, the Halloween storm.
Really did a fabulous job of taking care of the people in Windsor.
It was amazing.
It was really something.
It was a wonderful 7 days, and I was proud to be a part of the overall team, from the town manager to the town council members to recreation, social services, senior services, and then staff members throughout the entire town who came together. And the event went very smooth here. There was over 500 people here sleeping during the night. We were in several rooms. We were at capacity, but it was never out of hand. It was always courteous, and people worked together, and they understood everyone was together. So that type of understanding and that type of Windsor spirit really came through.
It came through.
It really came through. And
quite an emergency.
Yeah.
It was quite
And I think
terrible.
for the rest of my life, I'll always be proud to be a part of that team
Yeah,
for that
was
event,
fabulous.
because it was really a wonderful event. And I'm actually going to plan for the seniors who are involved in the shelter here, the emergency shelter. We're going to have a reunion in the
that
fall.
would be great.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but you got it out of me, Barbara. So we're going to have a little reunion. It'll be during the day for seniors who are involved in the shelter. They can come in, and we'll hold it right around the same time in October.
Okay.
And another secret we're working on that I'll share before I leave. We tried to get a hold of an artist in the community. And we've tried and tried and tried. It's never really worked out. But this week I met a wonderful lady, and we're going to offer this summer a drawing class.
Oh, that's
Introduction to drawing.
beautiful.
And we're going to see where that goes. From introduction to drawing, we can branch out in many different directions. But we're going to see how the introduction to drawing takes off in July. So you can be looking for that.
That does sound good. What about culinary?
You know, we don't offer any type of culinary classes. People do ask me now and then, but that's been due to the kitchen.
And
Now
use.
it's being renovated. We'll have to revisit that.
Next week, T.C. Williams is graduating from the Culinary Institute in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And she's going to come in and talk about what she's doing and where she's been. Her husband wrote a book, Red Tails, Ken Williams, and he was on the show. And I said, well, maybe that'd be something she might be interested in, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Because she talks about things like that, you know, and she's a young woman. And
Yep.
it would be really great. But like you said, that kitchen is in use
Right.
at all times, and maybe they don't need it. I'm just talking.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's
Yeah.
always something we can look at once we get done with a couple more things in there and take a look at the
Something
kitchen.
like cake decorating or...
Oh, yeah, there's a million opportunities.
Yeah.
You could do healthy cooking, anything with how to bake desserts or anything like that. You know, a lot of different directions we can go in.
Do you have a bowling team or anything like that?
We do have a bowling team, and they meet up in Windsor Locks.
Okay.
That's the senior center bowling team.
Oh, okay.
But what you hear about more in the news and more coverage is the Nintendo Wii bowling that I spoke about earlier.
That one, yeah.
Which, I mean,
It's easier.
when the Nintendo Wii came out, no one would have thought that every senior center in America would be doing video games.
I know it.
But that just goes to show you never know.
You sure don't.
So rather quickly, Nintendo picked up how rehab units were using these exercise activities, and then senior centers, and it just took off years ago. And now basically every senior center you go to has a Nintendo Wii, which is amazing. And a lot of people love just the bowling, but other people, now senior centers are branching out into the other games that are offered through the Wii.
Okay. Yeah. So you have that up in Windsor Locks? But
yeah.
No, but you travel around with that team. How many people on the team?
I'm not sure. On the bowling team, it's different at different times.
I mean the
Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
We have a small team. We have about 7.
That's good.
We have about 7. Some teams have about 30. So when they come over here, they take over the whole place. and half of them are cheerleaders and half of them are the bowlers.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're always looking for more members to join the Nintendo Wii bowling team also. But the team we have is very good, and they really enjoy each other's company, and they enjoy visiting these other centers, and it's a really exciting thing for people to get involved in.
Yeah. So I hope that more people will come out for Zumba. There's quite a pretty good size
Yeah.
And the ballet room is great because the air conditioning, or if it gets hot, you put the air conditioning on. If it's too cool, you turn it off.
The heat. Yep.
And that's really, it's a nice clean area.
Yep.
And I have to commend you on having your staff keeping the senior centers so clean. The whole center is just spotless.
Thank you.
And I think that's really, really important. It takes a lot of work. A lot of
work. Yep.
Over 800 members. That's a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic.
Yep.
So I think everybody is kind of involved and thinking about how we can keep it that way.
That's right. Yep.
And so that they have pride in this senior center, which is
great,
yeah, I think. And then you to be commended. How long have you been doing this, Rick?
4.5 years.
Oh, boy.
4.5 years. And we've seen a lot of change in 4.5 years, I'll
Yeah.
tell you. And it's been very positive change and been received very well by the seniors.
Yeah.
And, you know, to walk in the center every day, it makes me happy. So I come in, you know, it makes people happy when they walk in there. They see it's a bright, cheery place, beautiful floor, and it really is attractive. So people have really responded well to that. So.
Yeah. So I wish you well.
Thank you,
I hope more
Barbara.
people will come out for Zumba. Don't watch me do the tango because I can't. I don't know. I can't do that. And I hope they will join the other activities. So let's go over them now. On the 6th, is it the 6th of July, you're going to have the picnic?
Yes.
The senior
Yep,
picnic.
it's always on a Friday.
Okay.
If it's a rain date, we just go to the next Friday.
And then you're going to have a tomato contest. When
Tomato
is that?
contest. People can start planting now and give us a call or stop by the Senior Center in June or July to register.
Okay, you have to register for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zumba Gold, that kicks off on June 12th.
12th.
That's a very big one. And then the beginning Tai Chi class and also the intermediate class starts on June 1st. So we encourage people to check that out.
That's twice a week, right?
Twice a week, Mondays and
for
Fridays.
how many weeks?
That'll probably go, I think, 6 weeks, I would say.
Okay, and then the Zumba is 10 weeks, is it?
I believe so.
Yeah, 10 weeks. And that's continuous.
Yep. Yeah, they all continue.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I had the Tai Chi. I don't know, might be easier than Zumba. You know, you used to have yoga. You don't have that anymore.
We do. We
You
have
still
yoga.
have
Oh,
yoga?
yeah. Yoga's very popular.
When do you have that?
I'm not sure the exact day, but I'll check in the newsletter. This is what we always tell people. Look in the newsletter. Here I go. I'm looking.
I didn't pick it up.
So for yoga, we offer it on different days of the week. I see we have it on Thursdays.
Okay.
And it looks like that's it for right there.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
How often, how long is it, an hour or a couple hours?
No, typically the exercise classes are just under an hour.
Okay. Okay.
And they run all year, all the time. A lot of people will sign up for one session, and then they sign up for the second and the third and the fourth. They just keep going.
I know because I noticed that people in my Zumba class also do exercising.
Oh, sure.
You got to come to exercising.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy it.
Yep.
So that gets you out and moving.
Yes.
And everybody looks good and they're trying to do better. And so you have to come back and let us know. And we'll have to remind our listeners to get that newsletter.
Right, yeah.
Because you can just stop in the senior center and it's on the wall and you can just pick up one and find out everything that's going on. Do you have any great trips coming up?
Trips in June, we offer a good amount of trips. The trips we offer are right here. So every month we offer roughly 10 trips. And these are trips throughout the state. They're provided in part with a grant that I work with through the NCAAA.
All right.
North Central Area Agency on Aging. So they help us with partial funding for these trips. So the New Britain Museum of Art is on June 2nd. Jason's Fish Restaurant is on June 8th. June 9th, they go to Footprints and Bertucci's in Newington. June 10th, they go to Brunch at Adams Mill. June 13th, go to Red Lobster. And then June 16th, you go to Evergreen Walk in South Windsor. And June 19th, there's a trip to Joey Garlick's. And June 30th is all the way down New Haven to IKEA.
Wow.
So that shows we go to a diverse list of places throughout the state.
You really do.
And that's just 1 month. And like I said, every month we're running those trips.
And I noticed on the van, a woman was talking about, I think it's up in Enfield, the seafood place. What's the name? Jason's, isn't it?
Jason's Seafood, yep.
Is that good?
That's also very popular. Very popular.
Jason's. And the other one, that's something, Joe's Garlic? What is that?
What else they got?
What do we have?
Footprints, Brunch, Red Lobster, Joey's Garlic. I'm not sure where that is.
Yeah, is that something new? I wonder.
I'm not sure what town that's in, but I know it is also a popular destination too. Okay. What happens is the seniors who want to go on a certain trip or a certain restaurant,
they have to go sign up?
They tell Millicent about the different place and she looks into it and then she'll book it.
Oh,
you see?
very
So
good. Yeah.
A lot of folks have a particular restaurant they want to go to. They meet with Millicent and she organizes the trips. And
Oh,
we use
okay.
our dial-a-ride bus,
Mhm.
and it works out very well.
Yeah, Millicent is excellent, you know.
Very good, yep.
Provides a lot of information and a great resource. She's
Yep.
very helpful.
Yeah, both Millicent and Diana,
Yeah,
wonderful.
Diana,
They've been there over 10 years.
My
They've been
goodness,
working
I
in the
didn't know
senior
that.
center.
Yeah.
And then also the volunteer at the front desk is there,
Mhm.
like a staff person. I mean, we have a volunteer at the front desk from 9 till noon,
Mhm.
and another one from noon to 3.
Yeah.
So that's 6 hours a day coverage at the front desk in the senior center by volunteers who work as if it's a full-time job, as
I
if it's their
know.
job. They
Really
know all the
is.
details on what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
They know all the details on the trips, on the out-of-town medical rides. They really do an amazing job also. Amazing job.
Rick, it's really been great.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
Why don't you join Zumba?
Yeah, I know. If you hear someone falling down in the back line, that's me. If I join Zumba.
Oh
So
boy, but you keep quite busy.
we keep
You
busy.
Really.
We keep busy.
And I hope you stay for a long
Yeah,
time. You
thank you.
organize and who does all the newsletters and everything? Volunteers, huh?
Diana Quater organizes it and takes information from a lot of folks that put
Okay.
information in,
Mhm.
and then she edits it, and then we send it off to a company and they print it.
Okay.
And then she works with volunteers to collate it, which is to add some inserts.
Mhm.
And then the drivers deliver it to locations throughout the town, and then they deliver it here.
Okay.
And so
you
it's a
can
whole
go out
process.
throughout the town. You
Yeah.
can pick it up. Where
Yep.
else can you pick
Oh,
it
the
up?
libraries have it.
Okay.
Different grocery stores have it. Ellsworth Medical. Different places that seniors might visit in town, we try and
Right.
bring the newsletter to them there. So we're always open to adding locations. So if
Okay.
people have a location out there that they would like us to drop the newsletter off to, a lot of the 55 and older communities let us put it there. So
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
it's out there. It's out there. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Yes. We've had a wonderful time with Rick, and I found out so much that's going on. It sounds like it's going to be a great summer. With I always get this mixed up: downtown, uptown, and the Chamber of Commerce, and
Yep.
all the things that are
Yep.
going on in the senior center, and the tomato contest, and the senior picnic up in Northwest Park. There's so many things that are going on. Plus, Rick says there's about 10 trips that you can go on. So you know, you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful summer here in Windsor and taking trips and getting involved. And don't just do it for the summer. Keep involved for the whole year because there's just a lot of activities. And if you look in this newsletter, it tells you about a lot of them. So there's no reason to stay home in Windsor.
Right.
Because we've got our dial-a-ride. Somebody will come and pick you up and take you here or wherever there's a trip, or if you want to go out to eat or whatever. Things are available. Transportation is available for you. So, and we're just lucky to have Rick Liegl with us, and we hope he stays a long time. Until this next time, this is Barbara Ragland saying, get involved in the senior center. Don't forget Zumba. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Barbara.
Bye-bye.